It's another beautiful afternoon on KAFTANTV, and the program is the POLITY. The POLITY is a program where we take a look at very topical national issues, especially those having socio-political relevance to our Nigeria of today. Today, we shall be taking a look at what we've been hearing from Ghana, xenophobic attacks and protests against Nigerians that are in that country. It started in 1983. We had Ghana Must Go. Ghana Must Go referred to the protest then when the Nigerian government sent packing the Nigerian government of the former president Shehu Shagari, and that's the Second Republic, sent packing about 2 million migrants from our shores. About 1 million of them were Ghanaians. Well, it was then as a result of the hardship in the country occasioned by religious intolerance, economic problems, and all whatnot. And the government, just to show Nigerians that they were taking actions, sent packing about 2 million migrants. 1 million of them, like we said, were Ghanaians. Today, what we're hearing now is Nigerians must go. That's the cry. That's the what is coming in from Ghana. That I think they too want to send Nigerians that are there packing. Is it a retaliation? We don't know. But lately they've been having some complaints about the Nigerians, some Nigerians that are in that country, especially those occasioned by traditional wranglings here and there. And then they allege that there have been cases of kidnapping and armed robbery. And then there was a time they said we were taking their jobs. But I am a reporter, but we have an erudite professor in the house, an expert in international relations. I'm talking of Professor Aku Amboson. Prof, I welcome you to KAFTAN TV.
It is my pleasure to be here again.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. It's your first time?
No. This will be my third time or fourth.
So you are already a member of the house.
KAFTANTV.
Yes, good to have you.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Can you, Prof, let's start this way. Can you underscore the relationship that has existed at international levels between Nigeria and Ghana? How close are we, and have we been doing things together? Yeah.
I think Nigeria and Ghana, we've been very close. I could say brother and sister, brother and brother. It has been there for quite a long time before independence and after independence. If you look at the Azikwe he went through when he came back from US, he settled in Ghana. He was a media guru, and he started everything in Ghana before he moved to Lagos.
Yes.
And that relationship has been very, very good. It has been a very good relationship. Both economic and military.
Political, military.
In fact, military officers going to Teshi for training. The same thing with officers from Ghana coming to Jaji for training, and it has been a very good relationship.
And mutual.
I'm very, very mutual. That has been our relationship with Ghana. I think what is happening now maybe just because...
No, Prof, I remember some of my coverages in Ghana during their elections, or when they have serious economic conferences, and I remember Nigeria has been of great assistance to Ghana in developing their electoral process. Yeah. So we've been useful to Ghana.
We've been useful to Ghana for quite a long time, even in education, economic development, and the military. If you look at the whole aspect, Ghana has benefited, Nigeria has benefited. And I think what is happening now is competition. So yes, competition at the state level.
It doesn't have anything to do with the governments of the two countries.
It hasn't got anything to do with that. The problem now is we've been saying that Nigeria is number one in Africa. Ghana to the pride themselves are number one in Africa. So the dominance aspect of it is what they are afraid. And,
okay. Well, we were coming to take over.
Taking over in the sense that artisans in Ghana, those selling spare parts in Ghana, they are mostly Nigerians. And if you have an economy like that where people are not ready to go to the grassroots to do cleaning, to sell spare parts, to do vulcanizing work, to do tiling, then you know that there's a threat there already. And that's an area that they are afraid. What happened during the Shagari period when Ghanaians had to leave Nigeria? There was instability in Ghana, so they had to run to Nigeria.
Yes.
Ghana now is stable.
It's stable.
Ghana is stable, and it's just about governance. If you have a good leadership within the system, people will run to that place. There is light in Ghana, 24 hours, and,
yes.
And that for...
We're giving them electricity.
Yes, we're giving them electricity. But they're managing it well, better than us. We don't pay our bills here. So many people don't pay bills. But in Ghana, they pay. And that's why their economy is growing. Look at the election, the last election.
Yes.
The former president came back. And he has a vision for Ghana. And that is what other African countries need to copy from. He told the ministers, you have to sign. If you are caught,
yes,
you are caught with any corruption case, you'll be thrown out. In Nigeria, you can't do that. Because if you look at our section 308 constitution, that section 308 needs to be, there's immunity.
Expunged.
Yes, it needs to be expunged. If you don't do that, you can't try any governor, you can't try any president who is involved in criminal activities or who is corrupt.
But in Ghana, they don't have that.
They don't have that. So if you're a governor in Ghana, if you're a professional governor in Ghana, a president in Ghana, if they notice that you've stolen, they will take you to court.
To put your hands on the team.
Yes.
They are going.
They are going. In Nigeria, it's not like that. We instead celebrate them. You move a governor from the state house, he moves to the Senate. So that immunity covers him.
Prof, are you saying we have one or two things to learn from Ghana now?
We need
Today's Ghana.
Yes, we need to learn from Ghana. We need to learn from South Africa. South Africa, an MP can challenge the president. Here, an MP cannot challenge the president.
At his own peril?
Yes, because they know they're independent, they know their level. There's a level between an MP and the president. The legislature has its own limit. So the president has his own limit. So if the president is making mistakes, the legislature is supposed to check him. But yeah, it's not like that.
Let's go back to this xenophobic attacks. Yeah. It's happening too often, and it's, people wonder among brother African nations. But some people say that yes, it's tit for tat. We did it to them in 1983, so they want to retaliate. Is it about retaliation?
I don't look at it as retaliation per se. The problem is that fear. They feel we want to go and take their work. We want to take over their economy. So they want to, and if you have citizens that are lazy, that's what happens. They are not ready to do dirty jobs. They are not ready to work in hotels. They are not ready to do welding. They are not ready to build. That is a problem.
It could be tough as a result of lack of capacity. Exactly. They just don't know how to do it.
So they need Nigerians. They need to be mentored. Someone needs to teach them what to do. They need mentoring. They have to go through that aspect. Like what I keep telling people, if you drive around Nigeria and you don't see a Yoruba man or Igbo man or have someone in a village, you know that something is wrong with that village. But Nigerians are very hardworking. They can move to any place. They know that our economy is having some teething problem. So they can move to any place where they know there's a market for their goods, for their services. So
is this the same thing that happened in South Africa?
South Africa, they love social life. I just look at them like that. When the whites left, they would have taken over. They didn't take over. So Nigerians went in and they were doing those dirty jobs. We have so many. One of my classmates in secondary school is a professor there.
Wow.
He's a medical doctor and he's working in South Africa. Though the environment there is good, the citizens, they need to think of what they can give back to their own community. You forget about pride. You have to be humble and then start all over there. Learn from the whites. Learn from the Africans, so that you'll be better, and then you'll be able to run your economy the way you want it. South Africa is an industrial nation, yes, but who are those running the industry there? They're mostly whites. So we need blacks to take over. So you must learn, you must go back to school. They have good universities there. So we need to learn from South Africa. We need to learn from Ghana.
Well, it is this aspect of their life which is basically enjoyment.
Yes, they love enjoyment.
Yes.
They attend parties, that's all. And if you do that, we have it here in Nigeria. So many people, that is what they do. There is oil in Nigeria. When they make money, they just travel abroad to one each other and come back. So we need to grow our economy to right from the grassroots, from the local government, because that is where we have challenges. Because if there is unemployment in Nigeria, it's from the local government. We need to see how that should be turned around in agriculture. Cocoa, that should be really turned around in cocoa. Like what the present government is doing, I think it's a very good thing. It's kudos to them. If they can maintain it, if they can sustain it, then Nigeria is moving forward. Nigeria will be a better place very soon.
Let's go back to this situation in Ghana. Don't forget the alleged that we were bringing our traditional institution to take over. We want to establish our own colony in Ghana. The Igbos, if you can say that, we already have an easy Igbo. Although that title has been outlawed.
Yes, it has been outlawed.
Yes. Now, are we not going too far to say
going too far? It's an specialist feeling we have, and we have to stop it. If you are given a traditional title, it limits you, and there's jurisdiction there. If you're in someone's territory, you have to obey the laws there. You can't come to Nigeria and then misbehave and then expect the security not to checkmate you. It's the same thing there. If you are living in Ghana, you must be law-abiding, and the whole thing is diplomatic. We have an embassy there. They should be able to handle that between the crisis between those local people and the Ghanaians. The social media has blown it up. So, and that's one of the areas we need diplomacy. We need people at the embassy to ensure that our relationship with Ghana is maintained, not because of traditional. What is traditional about the whole thing? If you're an Eze, you go there and then load it over people. There is even in China, so we have to be very careful. If I'm from the north and I have traditional title, I can't go there and load it over anybody there. We're turning to a colony. That's not correct, and it shouldn't be. It's not acceptable anywhere.
So what will you say to the Nigerian community now on this issue? The
Nigerian community needs to be law-abiding. They need to respect the law of Ghana, or else if they send them away, that's okay. If they send them away, that's okay. It's not punitive, but that should be the thing. They must, if you want to live and do your business in Ghana, you must obey the laws of that nation. You live within the ambit of the constitution of Ghana. You must respect them.
But again, the people also say that, at least that's the allegation from the Ghana side, that Nigerians, some Nigerians now, although they say all Nigerians, they took them as armed robbers, kidnappers, and prostitutes. Will Ghana be justified? Are they not going too far in a blanket stereotype against Nigerians?
I think it's a blanket stereotyping like what we've just mentioned. There is no nation that hasn't got its own criminals. There are criminals in every nation. There are only few nations that you go there and the people are peaceful. They don't have police. They don't have the military. But if you are operating in Ghana, you must work within the laws of Ghana. What I'm saying is that there are criminals everywhere. There are kidnappers everywhere. What happened during the Gaddafi period when Gaddafi was killed? You know, a lot of arms moved from the Sahel down to the west, to West Africa and other parts of Africa. So that's where we're going to see security challenges from time to time. There are kidnappers everywhere, and they're kidnapping because there is money in that business. Until government sets up the issue of for you as a Christian, kidnapping in the Bible, if you are kidnapped, you kidnap someone, you're supposed to be shot. Yes, it's there in the Bible. I'll get the place for you. It's there in the Bible. here when someone kidnapped, they take them to prison. At a certain stage, they may be released because of negotiation or
negotiation. Yes.
Our courts needs to be strengthened. Courts need to be strengthened, and there was a time I mentioned that we need to have tribunals to try such people, not regular courts. Yes, armed robbers, kidnappers, all those
militants, insurgents.
Yes, insurgents. There should be a special court for them, just like a military court. If they are found guilty, you execute them. I'm being hard about it because if we want peace in Africa, these are things we need to do. Like what they do in China, if you steal, they execute you. So we can extend all this so that you can't collect someone's money. Run into what happened in Zamfara about 3-4 days ago.
Yes.
The bandits collected 50 million.
50 million. And they still executed people. Yes.
So government should be very serious about it. They shouldn't negotiate with them.
Call them repentant.
No, repent. How do you repent? How do you repent? Someone who kills, someone who lost blood.
Somebody was taking blood many times.
Money everywhere.
Now, since you have mentioned issues like this, where do you think this issue of insurgency? Where do you think it emanated from? You mentioned Libya. We've had that. When Libya, Gaddafi was toppled, removed from office, many of the armed people that fought in that very dark period went away with their guns, and some of them moved into Nigeria. Is it only from Libya that insurgents came in? Don't we have?
If you look at the whole thing, it's global. It's a global thing. It's a global phenomenon. If you look at the third world, especially Africa, the developed worlds, they don't want to. Africa is blessed. We have solid mineral resources. So the West they won't like to see a stable nation. They won't like to see stable countries. Because if Nigeria is stable, if Ghana is stable, there will be development. So some of these are brought in by agencies from the West to destabilize Africa.
Okay.
And then the issue of religion is another thing. Religion is another thing. We have religious fundamental or bigots everywhere. They want to bring their religion and impose it on people. And that's one of the main problems we're having.
So it is true that some people want to lord their religion on other parts of the country, or they are moving
with all
expansionist projects.
Yes, it's a project for them. It's a project. If they can woo you, they will be happy. But we are not supposed to force people. I'm a Christian. If I'm going out for evangelism, it's a different thing. I can't force you. I talk to you about Christ, and I can't force you. It is left for you to make up your mind to know whether my religion is better. But the moment you come and force me, and then force my daughter, it's not okay. Religion is not like that. It's not about force. If we are talking of love, that love has to be extended to people who need it.
Lately, some politicians have been talking about how do we get out of this present terrible state of insecurity in the country, especially the activities of Boko Haram and ISWAP and the rest of them. And they suggested that, we need to have stronger collaborations with our neighbors, Cameroon, the Republic, and Nigeria and Chad. Will that solve the problem?
What can solve the problem? We need strong institutions. That is number one. We must have good leadership. If we have a president that has focus, he knows what he is going to do. If you look, I would like to talk about Cameroon. The president has been there since 1985.
He's too
old. We don't need old people in leadership position. We need people who are ready, who are creative, who are ready to move the nation forward. No recycled leaders. And that's why Africa is suffering from that. We need young people. Look at Mozambique. In Mozambique, where you have a president and the president is a woman, I think it's Mozambique, The vice president is a woman too. The prime minister is a man. The same thing with the deputy prime minister. And they replicate it in their councils. If the chairman is a man, the vice will be a woman. So what I'm thinking, we need to borrow from those nations because they are bringing women into governance. And women, I think women, they bring stability to governance. They are not reckless like the men. Women are not reckless like the men. Because they are nation builders. That's how I look at them. They are nation builders. The women love a stable nation. Because all the cries about killing here and there, the whole thing goes back. If you go back home, you discover that the pain is a woman that is suffering there, is an old man that is suffering there. So if you have strong institutions, then the economy will pick up. There will be no neglect here and there. But the local government needs to, we need to fine-tune the local government, given that autonomy that was given by the Supreme Court in July last year. Let them be autonomous and ensure the money that is meant for them, the security and development at the grassroots is from the local government. If the local government are empowered, things will begin to work in our country. People will, and then we need true federalism.
Okay.
Yes, true federalism. We have to practice it.
What is this true federalism that almost everybody has been talking about now? They say we should control our resources, we should what we generate, we should spend it on the community where the resources are taken out from. And some people say it's in Nigerian systems and utopian. It will never happen.
It can happen in Nigeria. The problem is that we have too many states that are not viable. Viable in the sense that the governors there, they are not thinking of what to do, to put back. They wait until the end of the month. They rush to Abuja Federation, money allocation for federation account. If every state is working, if what you can produce is yam, is goat, producing well in large quantity for export, if it is rice produced in large quantity, if it is plantain produced in large quantity, if it's cocoa, let's have industries all about. Let's have industries to mass produce this for export. Look at the rice we're busy importing. By now, Nigeria is supposed to export rice. By now, we're supposed to be exporting fish, dried fish. We have rivers everywhere. Why don't we have fisheries all over the country? Even the cattle we're talking about, the ranches we talk about, ranches are needed. But they will reduce the crisis where they call it food enhancement clashes with
farmers.
Yes, if there are ranches in the states, they will be kept in one place. Veterinary doctors will check them, will have fresh milk, like what they have in Pakistan. I was in Pakistan in 1987. That is what they have there. They have ranches. You don't need to move cattle from the north to the south. No. If someone from across the border wants to keep ranch, let him keep them there. And then fresh meat comes out from his farm. It will reduce all this fighting we're having every day. Killing ourselves.
The situation in Abuja is very, very bad.
If you drive around Abuja, you see cows on the road. Cows on the road.
If you walk on Abuja road, you'll be stepping on cow dung.
Yes, you'll be struggling with cows.
Even in Eyebrow, Metama, and all of that
this city has a lot of job here.
Honestly.
And especially, I was telling someone, another area they need to tackle in the FCT is the Abuja Environmental Protection Agency. The whole city is dirty. Yes, this is a federal capital. It needs to be a clean place. The minister needs to work on that aspect to clean up the city. We need an agency that will work.
So, let's stay on true federalism.
True federalism.
And then the issue of Nigerians going outside this country. For instance, now, why are Nigerians going to Ghana? For instance, I just said that. Why are they going to Ghana? To go and be shoemakers, to go and open shops. That if the Nigerian economy is good enough, Nigeria is large enough, the economy is large enough to accommodate every one of us. People are supposed to be coming into Nigeria. Nigerians are not supposed to be going out and then be looking for menial jobs outside of those countries, so that there will not be this issue of xenophobic attacks, or Nigerians have come again, they want to take over our jobs?
I think the aspect of leaving the country, I've mentioned infrastructure. Look at hospitals. Why are leaders traveling abroad for medical tourism? We need to ask ourselves this. Nigeria is already 64 years. We're supposed to have the best hospitals. In US, their president visits either military hospitals. They are mostly military hospitals. They are supposed to be the best. And the government is supposed to restrict Nigerians moving out. But you must provide the facilities for them. The hospitals have to be world standards. Our roads need to be world standards. If you drive around the FCT, some of the roads are terrible. And that's our capital. Even the markets are not properly built. The markets needs to be properly secured. If you drive from here to Katsina, whatever, the markets are on the main road. Part of the road is part of the market. So there has to be control. People are leaving the city because the country because they are not happy. Happy in the sense that there are so many young graduates that are looking for employment. I think we need to tailor the curriculum in the university. There has to be entrepreneurship training for all graduates. They need to go through that level, so that when you come out, even with history or social, you should have a certificate of entrepreneurship, so that you can fall back. Even as a journalist, the same thing. I trained in US 2016 on entrepreneurship. So I tell my colleagues in the media, you can fall back on anything as a media person. Don't just say that because you're a media person, you should be able to farm. You should be able to keep something to keep the family going. You should have at least 3 incomes to sustain you. That's what they teach you in entrepreneurship training in school. You must have 3 incomes to sustain you. The salary may not be enough, but you should have something to take care of your family. Because if you depend on the salary, it won't take you anywhere. And it's the same thing with all these young graduates running out of the country abroad to look for greener pastures. So many doctors that are in UK, so many doctors are in Canada, so many doctors are in the US. And it's because of the environment. You must provide a conducive environment for them to do their business. A doctor needs a clean place, a pharmacist needs a clean place. The same thing with a teacher. What encouragement are we giving our teachers? Are they well paid? Our engineers, are they well paid? Public relations consultants, are they well paid? Media people. The media is poorly paid in Nigeria. You know it. If you travel abroad, it's not like that. Media are well paid because they are the fourth
state
of the
fourth state of the.
Because if you are well paid, you'll be able to check the government. Not that you wait for brown envelope or anything. No. You have confidence to check someone who is doing wrong. So, and that is the aspect our institutions needs to improve. They need to be the best institution you can think of.
I judiciary,
think
yes. Oh, okay.
Yes, judiciary has to be the best. The same to I was watching the controller of the custom. He's been on the media for some time. I say yes, these people are doing something. And a lot of revenue comes through that area.
Yes.
Every department should be able to do something so that the government will be happy with them. If you're in immigration service, if you're in the military, you should be able to give your best there. Not waiting that until you are paid something. If you do your best, government will recognize you.
Okay. Yeah. I think Ghana and some other African countries are afraid of Nigeria because of our huge population. And if Nigerians continue to move out to countries like Ghana, to Benin Republic, and the rest of them, we can easily overrun them. They are huge in number.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know.
So it can be one of the reasons.
It's one of the reasons.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons. If you've gone to Benin Republic, the fuel they use there is from Nigeria.
Yes.
So even the workforce there, if you go to their market, they are mostly from the southwest.
Yes.
If you want to buy anything there, even though selling cars in Benin Republic are Nigerians, it's the same thing with Togo. So they are afraid we will go there and take their jobs for them. So that is the fear. That is the fear. We are afraid because of our big population. So, and that's why I tell people we have to be very careful. Nigeria should go into any crisis. The moment there is crisis in Nigeria, there will be too many refugees, and no nation can contain us. No nation, because Nigerians, we love entertainment, we love eating, we love quality life. So, and that's an area that we have to be very careful. So we need to build our institutions. That's the most important thing. So the judiciary has to be, the legislature has to be has to be the best. The same thing with the presidency. But we must ensure that the presidency itself, constitutional power has to be reduced. Presidential system of government, I don't think is the best for our country. Because power is concentrated on the presidency. The same thing at the
state level.
Yes, state level. So we need to reduce reduce that. Even National Assembly needs to be part-time, like what they have in the US and UK. If you're a minister, you must be a member of MP. You must be
the practice parliamentary system.
Yes, you must be there. So,
but I want you to look at the interventions of both government. I mean, the governments of both nations. I mean, Nigeria and Ghana in this issue. I think we've had from some government officials, the Senate of the Federal Republic has issued a statement urging Nigerians to be calm, and I think the commission in charge of the diaspora, can you examine the interventions of both nations, both governments, in ensuring that we stave further violence in Ghana?
Now, I think what NIGCOMSAT has done is timely, and it's a welcome. They just celebrated their award. I was watching about 2-3 days ago.
Yes, it
is timely, and we need to have a good working relationship with our embassy there, and the same thing with Ghana embassy here, so that we'll be on the same wavelength. There shouldn't be crisis between these two nations, because we need to develop Africa. These are crises that can weigh us back, weigh us down, and the nations will not move forward. Other African countries are looking at Nigeria and Ghana. Nigeria and Ghana, these have been stable democracies. So
yes.
People want to come and learn. They want to trick the magic behind all what we have. We have so many educated people, and Ghana has the same thing. So Ghana produced one of the Secretary General of the United Nations.
Yes.
So yes, we have international people in Nigeria too. Even today, World Trade is from Nigeria.
Yes.
African Development. So
yes.
With Nigeria has been showcased everywhere. So we need to maintain that level, but it shouldn't be a crisis period. It is not a crisis moment for us. We can't fight them. We need to build our relationship with Ghana. Yes, through diplomacy.
Okay. Well, the program is the POLITY. We're taking a look at what is happening in Ghana, especially the citizens of both nations, Nigeria and Ghana, Nigerians in Ghana, with Ghanaians having axe to grind with Nigerians saying they are taking over their jobs, they are into prostitution, armed robbery, and all other crimes like that. So Nigerians must leave Ghana, and that has led to crisis, and Nigerians are running helter-skelter. We sincerely hope the situation will be put under control. But our phone lines are open and will be displayed on air. We want you to be part of this conversation, as we have always been doing. But we'll take a short break now. When we come back, please let the calls start coming in. You're welcome back. The program POLITY continues, and I still have in the studio Professor Aku Amberson. Yes. We still have him in the studio. He's a public affairs commentator and an international relations expert. We are examining the attacks on Nigerians in Ghana, which we now have. They now call Nigerians must go, like what we had in 1983. Ghana must go. Ghana must go was a reference to the cheap quality bags with which Ghanaians used in those days to pack their load out of Nigeria. So that's where Ghana must go. The bags that we use these days, that's where it emanated from. I think they are trying to replicate the same thing with our brothers and sisters in Ghana at the moment. But the governments of the two countries are taking steps to ensure that there is no further acrimony against our nationals. Now, like I said before we went on that break, the phone lines are open. Please call in to be part of this discussion, and Professor Amberson is still in the studio, so we'll continue while waiting for your calls. Prof, what can a visitor, because I want to call them now a visitor to another man's territory, country, what must he do to ensure that he lives in harm? Oh, we have a call already. Good afternoon. Welcome to KAFTANTV. The POLITY is on.
Good afternoon, gentlemen in the studio.
Good afternoon.
My name is Abubakar, calling you from Gwagwalada.
Abubakar, please go ahead.
Thank you. You see, the governance style in a country cannot be different from its foreign image, its image outside.
Yes.
What is our domestic indices? The country that is contending with a lot of killings, crisis, economic woes. Nigerians are trying to go outside to find succors. And there's no way if we don't, and our government don't seem to have interest in international politics. They are not protecting the image of Nigeria, well-being of the Nigerian citizen outside. That is why Nigerians are being treated with levity all over the world. All over the world. We have experiences of people who have traveled outside. Even if you happen to be in Nigeria and you are on the queue at any international airport, you will be given a special treatment. So we should have leaders who protect the interests of Nigeria, whether at home or abroad. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Ordinarily, I want you to react to that. Ordinarily, we don't normally allow our guests to react to what the callers are saying, but on this call, I want you to make a comment on two. Are Nigerians truly being vilified abroad?
Nigerians are not being vilified abroad. What happens is that so many Nigerians who they travel out, some are into drug. They sell drugs. They don't go with a clean mind. So that's why you see the check-ins at the airport is becoming strenuous, is becoming more difficult. If you go as a good man, they will have to check you. So the track record is that, look at what happened, I think China or Indonesia, they executed some Nigerians there.
Yes.
And I learned in Lagos, someone about 60 years was arrested. He has been in drug for NDLE, they've been looking for him for almost 7 years. They just arrested him. So we need to build our image as a people. If we are looking for quick money, that is exactly what is going to happen. If we are looking for an environment that will give you quick money, we have to be very careful. But if it is legitimate, that's a different thing. That's a different thing. Like what he said, I don't think the government is taking care of most of these issues, but the withdrawal of the ambassadors, I think they will not have a replacement of high commissioners and ambassadors. So everyone is waiting for the present president to ensure that ambassadors are sent out to take care of all this.
I will still ask you on that. But do you think the Nigerian government has been proactive in protecting the interest of Nigerians abroad?
Nigerian government has been proactive about that. I know. If there is any little case, Abike Deborah is there. That diaspora commission has, for the past 4 years that she's been there, I think she has done very well. And there's a response from government that cares about our citizens abroad. So we should give her credit for that.
I remember that the Nigerians in Libya and some trouble spots have been evacuated. There have been a number of evacuations from Libya and from Niger and Sudan, yes, lately, to the extent that Nigerians are not put in peril. Now, you mentioned the issue of appointment of ambassadors.
Yes.
And there has been another commissioners. There have been a lot of comments on this. Is it not getting too late?
No, the president has the right, and he has to select qualified and quality people and experienced people to represent him there. They are representing Nigeria and they are representing the president. He cannot just pick anybody to be an ambassador. They are the first of Nigeria abroad. So it has to be people who are mature, who know diplomacy very well. You cannot just post anybody there because he's a politician. No. They are career ambassadors.
Yes.
And then there are those, the president will appoint those who are mature, who have been in government, so they can appoint them as ambassadors.
But how do you look at the foreign policies of this present administration? It's like we've been very, very quiet.
I won't the foreign policy of this government, right from Buhari, it has been like that. I don't think there has been any change. There has not been any serious shift in foreign policy. But Africa seems to be the center of the attention is on Africa. Look at the creation of the broadband NTAC, Nigerian Technical Aid.
Yes.
Because we had it during the Gawan regime. So it's back, and I think this the focus is mostly Africa. And then those traveling abroad, maybe those going to schools, attending a higher degree program abroad, Nigeria, the focus is there. But look at the crisis. Look at the crisis in Israel, Ukraine, and Russia. Yes, those areas, there are no good areas for Nigeria now because we have so many that went through Ukraine. So many doctors, so many engineers, they trained there. So I think that government has reduced our focus on those areas. And then Africa seems to be the center piece, the focus now for most of the attention in terms of diplomacy.
Yes. I've been wondering, why will Nigeria not get involved in Russia, Ukraine, or Palestine and Israel? Why will we not get involved? We have always been appealing, staying mediatory kind of. But we have not been coming out.
I think it's good for us to be mediatory because if you look at the Israeli, Gaza, and Iran, there's coloration of religion there. So we have to be very careful because you may touch someone here and you may touch someone here. And I think that is the balance the presidency wants to do. They want to ensure that people are not hurt in one way or the other. So, but lives are involved. Look at the United Nations relief. So many vehicles have been stopped in Gaza. So many people are dying there. So we need to have a say there, but it should be mediatory, like what you mentioned, so that we will not. The sign will not be taken out of Nigeria. We have to be part of what is happening. Yes, but Trump has taken over. Look at the attention is on Trump, and then what is happening, trade crisis between China and the US. So that has been the whole thing, the global scenario. If you look at what is happening now, so Nigeria has been, I think, careful about taking any action on some of these things.
Even in the US too, there are some Nigerians too that are not having it easy as a result of these new immigration policies of the Trump administration. You know how we do in this country. Say, okay, let me just get 2 months visa. Once I get there, I'll be able to find my way. It's like it is backfiring now.
It's backfiring. The government needs to make a statement on that. No one has said anything on it yet. So we're waiting for the government. I'm sure they will make a statement on that. The Minister for Foreign Affairs is there. So we need clarification from them. They need to step up and say something about Nigeria. Nigerians need to be protected in the US, especially US and Canada.
It was even I think it was the Customs Service yesterday that was advising Nigerians to be very, very careful. Yes, with immigration in Nigeria, to respect their visas and not. But there are still a number of people out there who don't have valid visas and they are running helter-skelter.
We're happy that the Nigerian Customs boss is the world customs president now. So things should be able to. He should be able to ensure he lies with all these people to ensure that those areas, forced areas are being reduced. The friction is being reduced, so that we can have a balance in terms of the visa request by Nigerians abroad.
Okay, you wonder at times why some nations, especially the US, will continue to warn their citizens to be wary of going to Nigeria. In fact, they publish some states that they are no going area, present the situation as if we're a nation where you are. And some people will get to Nigeria and say, Nigeria is not what we normally read on the social media and all. Why do America and some nations continue to say this kind of thing about Nigeria?
The other aspect is negative propaganda from them. They may not want you to develop. I can give an example. My son has been in New York for some time. They told him that it was correct. We know there's insecurity in Nigeria, but insecurity is being contained by this present government.
Yes.
Let me just be very open to you. There is, if you drive around now, you can drive to Kaduna, you can drive to Adama. Yes, the present regime, the present government has done very well in terms of security. Securing some areas where, like Zamfara, I look at it mainly because of the mining going on there.
Yes, illegal mining.
Illegal mining going on in Zamfara. Then through Birniwari to Katsina. There was killing in Katsina about some days ago.
Yes.
The same thing. So it's because of this illegal mining. And I think the military, they are doing their very best to contain all these things. The whole thing is psychological warfare. I call it psychological. It's propaganda, negative propaganda against the nation. But we need to stay focused as a nation to develop. If there is improvement right from the local government to the state to the federal, then all this propaganda, we need to have our own machine to counter it. We need to counter it too.
And how about our own narrative? Even on our on the social media, so many bloggers now, they see nothing good about what is happening in Nigeria. In fact, the Americans, they see Nigeria through the eyes of Nigerians. It is what they read, it is what we publish, it is what we say about Nigeria that the outside world can say, well, through technology, there are so many things that they too can see.
Talking about the whole artificial intelligence is going to create more confusion for us. A lot of lies is being muted out, a lot of lies is being stoned out through artificial intelligence. It may not be the correct thing we are sending out. So artificial intelligence, the social media is taking over all these things. So the Ministry of Information and National Orientation, they need to step up their own.
I was about asking you that, Prof. You seem to believe that this present government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing some creative things. But what we read on the social media does not seem to project that. And some people even say that even Mr. President's handler too are not doing enough to project what the administration is doing. Who do you lay the blame on of this poor enlightenment or information on what the administration is doing?
Our president today has so many good media people with him, surrounding him, experts. There are so many of them. So we want the best from the media desk at the presidency. If they can do the best, we don't want lies. We want the correct information. We want facts, and they have to be balanced too. And you don't attack people. There is freedom of information, which we expect. They should be able to tell people what is actually happening in Nigeria. We need information. National information is there. If you watch NTA and other television houses, they talk about what is happening in Nigeria. The programs of the present government, they have to lay it bare so that people look at it properly and see whether what they are saying is the true reflection of what is happening at the grassroots. People want to see it and feel it, not just propaganda. So that is, I'm happy that the president has so many media people surrounding him. There are so many of them, very good guys.
Okay.
Yes, very good guy. They need synergy. They need to work together as a team so that they'll be able to protect him. And we're entering a period of elections. So a lot of propaganda, people trying to destroy. Look at the parties we're having today. We have too many parties in Nigeria. I'm just very into that aspect. We have too many political parties. What Babangida had during his time, those two parties. If we can reduce and have just 5 meaningful parties in Nigeria, or 3.
So you don't like us to continue on this road of multi-party democracy?
Up to 100 parties. You don't need them. In US, look at, they have Republicans and Democrats, and then there are some minor parties. And it helps them. If you are Yoruba, if you are Igbo, you fall into one of the parties.
Yes.
If you are from the middle belt like me, you fall into one of the parties. So that division will not be there. That division will not be there. You must belong to any of this.
But we are not even hearing very good track-ups. We are not hearing very good songs, very good narratives from our political gladiators. They are always throwing abuses, tantrums, and running themselves down. That can't help the polity.
No, it can't help the polity, because we're having so many recycled people going back, changing party. You don't do that. If you are a man of character, you should be able to stay in the political party. Stay on the political party. If it is APC, stay in that APC until when it degenerates.
But they say that the ship is sinking. Why will I say it's still sinking ship?
It's media. Who is sinking the ship? No ship is sinking. It's their interest that they are running. It's their interest. It's their interest. If you know that you won't be able to, you move to another, and that is not good for us as a nation. No ideology. No ideology. So we should be able to have political parties that are ideologically inclined. If we have that, then Nigeria will know that they have a roadmap to move this nation forward. Not just because you are defeated here, you run to the other party. Why?
We're still going to have a lot of defections before 2027. People moving from one party to another.
It's every day. It's a daily thing. It's a daily thing. That means we're not serious people. The party mechanism is supposed to be able to punish people, and then groom people to love that party. Not because of the president, not because of the governor. We are going there to build that party. So people should be able to go there and build a party. Not because I need to be the chairman, I need to be the governor, I need to be a senator. No. Build a party. Start from the grassroots and build it to become a solid platform.
Yes, some people even say that our politics, our party system, or our governance system is far more expensive than you can have in other countries. And that's why, and too lucrative.
Yes. And it's a business.
It's a business.
It's a business. For you to go into the Senate or House of Representatives, you must have quantum of money to go in there to buy even the form, the party form. So, and that's what makes the whole thing. Is it to go and serve or to serve yourself? So these are areas we need to look at. People they have sponsors, godfathers. So if you collect money from someone, gives you loan to go into politics and you fail, you have to pay that loan.
And that is why the political system has not attracted many youths.
You can't attract many youths because if you don't have stupendous money, you can't go in there. And that is it. If you don't have money, you can't go into the party. You can't go into politics. And federal government gives them constituency allowance. What are they doing with it? Boreholes. Do you continue to talk about boreholes? The 21st century in Nigeria, we need workable water systems in the country.
Yes.
Especially for irrigation, especially for the local woman in the village. My place is still fresh water in the spring, where I come from. So, but we say we have a democracy from 1999 to this time, 20-something years. So there's something missing. People are thinking of just their stomach. To borrow from fire, she said stomach infrastructure. You mentioned it that it is what the politicians, it is what they want to gain that makes them go into politics, and also that the cost of
contesting elections, and that is why we are not attracting many youths to join, and that is a disservice to the youth.
It's a disservice because how many people are patriotic? How many people are disciplined to go into the politics? How many? When you make it, yes, when you make it, you see people floating their wealth everywhere. You have so many houses, you have cars, and we have hospitals, no beds, no drugs, no water. If you need to visit the hospital and see, you'll not be happy. And in Nigeria, 2025, go to National Hospital and see.
The other time we talked about Nigerians doing some very bad things abroad. Cyber crime is huge among the Nigerian community in US, yes. For instance. And so if there is any cyber related crime in that country, they first look in the direction of Nigerians. That's giving us a very bad name. Yeah. And what do you think? I mean, what do you think Nigeria can do, especially the Nigerian government, to try and dissuade the criminal elements among us in that country to have a very better image?
You know, Nigerians are using, those who are traveling abroad are using it, they think that there is unemployment. But look at the record by NDLE. See the arrests they're making every day. People are into drugs everywhere. What Jeremiah is doing in NDLE, whether I look at it or know that he's working there. And if we can replicate it in all institutions, it's not only the airport, it's not only the seaports, it's not only the roads. People are into drugs. Everyone wants to make quick money, and that is exactly what is happening. Government has to, there must be a law to curtail all this. The cybercrime is, they are looking at it as free money, and intellectually they are misusing their intellect because of that. And it's a bad name. It's a bad name. It's a bad name for the whole nation. It's a big image. We need an image laundry to clean up that aspect of it. Why is it going to take them? I understand about 2-3 weeks ago, a chief was arrested. An Oba was arrested.
No, an Oba. He's in jail.
Yes, was arrested in the US. I read it. And it's a shame. Because the national institution, if they are involved, what image will tell the subjects? It's a disgrace to the community, and it's a disgrace to the nation. So such people is a very serious thing. Like in Korea, when they will just execute you immediately. So Nigerians, we need to have punitive measures for all those who are committing such crime. If we start it here, people will be afraid of going to do the same thing abroad. Yes, it has to be here. It has to be here.
In fact, they should make it a double punishment. If you serve your time abroad, you come and serve again in Nigeria.
Yes. But my own thinking is that we need to have a tribunal to try them. Just like armed robbers, just like a military court.
Okay.
Yes, we need to have a tribunal for that.
Let's go back to, because that's where we started from, this issue of xenophobic attacks in Ghana and South Africa too. At a point, it's like that of South Africa has been made to rest. But this one in Ghana now is still raging. You know, I don't know. Has it gotten to a stage where we begin to talk of evacuation?
We can't. If it is huge, if they've started killing Nigerians, we have to evacuate them. But there's supposed to be local engagement within the communities. You can, all those local chiefs, and their own local chiefs in Ghana too, they should be able to meet at a certain level, like a town hall, and then pass information to the people. They have to live within the ambit of their own constitution. If you are living in Ghana, if you have a residency in Ghana, you must obey their laws, so that you don't take the laws into your hands, or else the law will catch up with you. They should be able to do that. But if there is killing, if Nigerians are killing, exchanging this thing with them, then the Nigerian government has to evacuate them. That is if it is serious like that.
It's serious.
Yes. But if the National Assembly and the presidency, they've stepped in, then it should be a diplomatic action to ameliorate what is actually happening there.
I think the Nigerian embassy in Ghana too must be on red alert.
Yes, they must be on red alert to ensure that those who enter Ghana, though you know the ECOWAS protocol allows free movement. So, and that is an area that other West African countries will have to start looking at properly. If you are coming from Nigeria, they will suspect you, and that is not okay. Yes.
But even ECOWAS too needs to be a little more proactive in ensuring that this kind of situation does not arise among the member nations of that regional body.
Is there any protocol? Is there any protocol? The whole thing is just disseminating information and having engagement with the people as quickly as possible, so that you can meet all these things before they flare up.
I think social media too has not helped matters.
No, so I told you that social media is going to create more confusion for us, because the information coming from them is exaggerated. So, and it can inflame a person now. When people hear that they've killed 1 or 2 people, or they killed 4 or 5, you know there is going to be more. There is going to be more of that killing. I know in the media, if there are only 5, if we see 5, there may be more than 5.
More than 5.
Yes, we can't give that exact number.
Yes.
Yes. If there are 10, you know that there are more than 10.
But for Nigerians abroad, or for Nigerians in Ghana, and indeed abroad, who do not have any serious thing doing, don't you think it is time for them to try and come back home? There are opportunities that they can take advantage of at home.
I told you that the whole thing is about the environment. Yes. Some prefer to go and work in a hotel and do cleaning there, even as a graduate. But in Nigeria, if you ask him to work in a hotel, he won't like it. Some will be a security man, someone can work in a mortuary there and they will pay him, even a nurse. They will prefer the environment there than Nigeria. It reduces them here. They feel reduced. So outside there, something is covering them. They are just alone there. So, but here, everybody knows you. So that complex is still there. It's a complex we have. You can't ask, they don't like to come back. They say, okay, I've left Nigeria. I can't go back as poor or wretched as when I left Nigeria. I need to go back with something. So, and that is a mindset already. So, until we're able to talk to them psychologically and see whether they'll be able to come back, and government must intervene through the NIGCOM, the Nigerian. The Nigerians in the diaspora,
they're doing a lot. In fact, their remittances is helping the economy a great deal. And there are so many of them that are into humanitarian services in the country. But we still need more of them. You know, how do we encourage them? How do we encourage more Nigerians abroad to be part of the process? They want to vote. They want to vote during elections, and from what is on ground at the moment, except the constitution is amended, they still cannot vote.
I think the President National Assembly there has to be a clause to allow Nigerians that are living in the diaspora to vote. If it is in the constitution, that would be to make it easy for them. They can go to the embassy and then vote. Any party they want, any person they want, they can go to the embassy and do that. Until that one is done in the constitution, things may not be able to, it will be okay for them. Because so many Nigerians are abroad, so and that is going to be a menace for us.
Yes.
Until the constitution is amended, and the constitution needs to be amended, so many areas need to be amended. Like I told you, the issue of rotation of president between the south and south shouldn't be like it should be the 6th geopolitical zone, so for inclusivity.
Yes.
Yes.
That the 6th geopolitical zone
should be able to, they should be able to have that rotation, not north-south. Not north-south. I don't believe in that north-south.
Some people
which even the Muslim ticket we have now.
Yes.
During the Abiola Kingibe's time, there was no one bothered whether you were
at all.
No.
Yes.
We wanted people who love the country.
Who can serve.
Yeah, they can serve. So if they are Yorubas, both the president and the vice, they should be able to serve. But you should not go there and emphasize that you are from this place. The Nigerianness in them should be emphasized more.
Yes.
Let's start thinking about Nigeria. If you travel to US, they say they are Americans. They don't tell you that I'm from Orlando, but I'm in America. You know, I'm from Florida. They just emphasize America. You are an African American, right? Yes. If you're in Nigeria here, you are from the East, you should be in Nigeria. Forget you are from Olu or any place like that. We know you are from Olu. But the emphasis should be our Nigerianness. Let's just start thinking of that to reduce all this friction we're having. Yes.
You mentioned the issue of constitution amendments.
Yes.
Some people believe that it is another effort in futility. How many times have we, as the National Assembly, amended the constitution? It's only the areas that are not of serious importance that they do. All the big ones, like creation of states, like true federalism, like you said, or state police, those ones are probably not going to be touched because we've been passing them from one government to another, and from one National Assembly session to another. Do you see any serious outcome in the exercise?
What they're doing now, I think it's a serious thing they're doing. Look at the American Constitution. They have been amended just 27 times. And we've done our own from 1975 to 79. So what we actually need, like the state police, it needs to be there. If we want the local government to work, there must be state police. If we want autonomy at the local government, there must be state police. And if we want true federalism, it has to be there in the Constitution. Reduce the powers of the president. Reduce the National Assembly to a part-time thing. Because that is what is killing our nation today. The National Assembly is the eye of everyone. People want to go there and make money. Yes, they are serving, but the first thing is about money. If we reduce that aspect and concentrate on developing this nation, research all over the country, Nigeria would have been better by now. We are supposed to have light 24 hours in Nigeria. We don't have light. Why is it like that? And we are able to address the issue of light, the issue of leadership in Nigeria, a leader who will truly come as a patriot to serve this nation, then we know that we are ready to move forward. No tribe, no religion. No tribe, no religion. If we can start that one, things will begin to fall in place for us. Yes.
So, do you believe that more states will be created, or do we even need more states?
The creation of states, like what I keep saying, like in my area, we need a state. But
which area is that, sir?
Burara, we need Burara.
Yes. That's in the middle belt.
Yes, Southern Kaduna. The whole thing is just that if there is good governance, we don't even need more states. We need to make the boundary adjustment for some people. We need more infrastructure. We need more schools. We need more hospitals. If we can do that in all the states, all this creation of states will not be there. Inclusivity, like what I said, it has to be there. There is a lot of discrimination. That's why people are angry. The whole of the middle belt, we don't have industry. Let me just talk about middle belt now. No industries. And to be able to have industries, then you can say, yes, we are truly part of this system. The whole of the whole middle belt. And the place is blessed. The whole of that place is blessed. From Adamawa to Kwara State, all is middle belt. Yes. The whole area is blessed. So, but we must have good leaders to let there be a turnaround. They must think well. They must be creative to bring people, quality people, to help them work. Not mediocres. No impunity. We must go back to agree. We must go back to a lot of things that need to be done. How
do you engender this unity that you've been hammering on? how do you engender it in a nation that is seriously polarized by ethnicity and religion?
Yes, the issue of unity in Nigeria, I told someone I've spoken about 2 places. After the Civil War, the 3 R's who Gawan had,
yes,
reconstruction, rehabilitation, reconciliation was not done. Nation reconciliation, up to now, we need to have a big conference to reconcile Nigerians. Azikwe left Lagos this year. He want to run back to the east. He was Zik of Africa. He went back to the east, and their relationship with Awolo wasn't properly. It wasn't. Yes, it wasn't
smooth.
It wasn't smooth, and it's the same thing. When we ever sees an Igbo man, the same thing.
Yes.
So until we are able to reconcile all this after the war, Awolo was the vice chairman. I said until reconciliation is properly done, and it has to be a conference, a big conference. We must embrace ourselves and say, yes, we are truly Nigerians. And that's why I still make the comment that we need to rotate the presidency within the 6 geopolitical zones to heal those wounds. So that I won't see you as an enemy, but I'll see you as a brother. I'll see you as a friend. That's why I mentioned it. I told you that anywhere you go, you don't see a Yoruba man, run away from that place. Yes, from that place.
Yes. Yeah, but some people believe that we do not. Do we need reconciliation again? Do we need to sit down? Why not just give and take? Why not just let go? Why not just decide that let us begin afresh? Why do we need to go back to old rules, things that are already dead?
I think Obasanjo tried to do that. He did that. We had about 4 Senate presidents from the East. But at a certain level, I think 2/3 of them failed the nation, and they were removed. So I think if that rule was, if they were truly Nigerians, if we agreed mistakes were made, by now we will not be suspecting ourselves. We suspect ourselves more.
Yeah, mutual suspicion.
We suspect ourselves more. When I see you outside, I don't embrace you as a brother. But the only good place where you meet people who, I did my training in India in 1976, it's just the military that is holding this nation. Let me just be very frank with you. We suspect ourselves, but the military is a very good place where military or the security, people who wear uniform, the security forces, can be custom, immigration. That's why you see people working as a team. But the politicians they suspect themselves, and that is what is not good for our nation. Yes, we need to kill what happened after the Civil War. People are still suspecting themselves because of the Nigerian Civil War, and that would have been an opportunity for us to. Most nations develop after crisis, but our own has not been like that. One step forward, one step back. It's not okay for us. Industrial development would have been done after the Civil War. Yes.
But do you believe that the nation's armed forces can win this battle against insurgency? They have the capacity.
They have the capacity. They have the capacity. The whole thing is a political will. Ask me anyway. It's just a political will. If the president tells them do this, and the resources are there, the armed forces can stop all this kidnapping. I know. That's an area I come from. I know they are well trained. Sentiments apart, I know they will be able to do it. Let the president just give them 1 month or 3 months. Nigeria will be okay.
And give them the free hand.
Give them the free hand. If you are involved in sponsoring them, they should be able to pick you up.
Yes.
I remember a time General Azazi, before this incident. Yes. He made a comment, is it Delta, that they knew those who were sponsoring them. Where is the name? Where are their names?
Why are they not picked up?
Why are they not picked up? So, and that is an area that is so difficult. That's why I say it is a political will. If the president gives the military 2-3 months, we want peace in Nigeria, he will get that result from them.
Okay.
We have capable officers there.
As we conclude the program, Prof, on this issue of xenophobic attacks against Nigeria. Can you advise Nigerians in Ghana, because much depends on them now at this material time? You've talked about how they must live peacefully with their neighbors. You know, how will you advise them to conduct their activities these days?
Nigerians that are living in Ghana, they must work within the ambit of the law of Ghana. If they tell you don't go to this place, you don't go there. You can't go to a wrong place. You can't go to someone's house, and then he tells you not to enter the bedroom. You go enter the bedroom. You are looking for trouble. You must work within the limit of your jurisdiction. We need to respect the Ghanaians. They were here. We had Ghana must go when I was in Lagos. I served in Lagos that time.
Okay.
You mentioned the issue of prostitution. There's no nation where you don't have prostitutes. And it's a business for some people. So we can't stop them. It's not only Nigerians that are into it. Even the criminal acts we mentioned, kidnapping, it's not only Nigerians that are kidnapping. It's a global thing. So we need to stop it. And Nigerians need to remove their hands from it. If we want our name not to be tainted, we need a clean name. So we have to, the embassy has to ensure there's engagement, regular engagement with the local people there. Tell them that Nigerians are good people. Nigerians are hardworking. I know Nigerians are hardworking. And hard work doesn't kill anybody. Yes. Instead, it brings glory to you every day.
Yes.
So that's what I know. Nigerians, if you drop a Nigerian anywhere, he will walk and he will feed himself. Yes. I believe in Nigerians. I believe in our people so much. Anywhere you drop a Nigerian, he will walk. Nigerians are not lazy.
You are very passionate about Nigeria.
Yes, because I'm a Nigerian.
Well, Prof, on that note, I would like us to call it a date on the program. I must thank you, Prof, for being very, very forthright on this program and all the very good ideas that you have preferred on our topic today. I must thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you so much. It is my pleasure.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, until tomorrow, when we come your way with another edition of this program, but at 8 o'clock there is matters arising. Do join us then. Bye bye.